put a ding in the universe. What does that mean? Because of its innovative technology, the company is successful in spite of having a mission statement that is largely meaningless. A good mission statement. A good business mission statement could be something like, our mission is to provide our customers with the very best product possible. Our method is to achieve product excellence and to continually improve in every area. Our measure of success is that we grow 25% each year in sales and profitability based on customer satisfaction and repeat sales. With a mission like this, everyone in the company can be clear about their jobs and the goals that the company is aiming at. Everyone can be clear about their roles and responsibilities and quickly measure whether they are helping the company to achieve the mission. A mission is something that can be accomplished. You can actually achieve the mission and then shut down and go home. And a 6-year-old should be able to tell you what your mission is and how close you are to accomplishing it. You need a personal mission statement. My personal mission has not changed in more than 30 years. It is, my mission is to help people achieve their goals far faster than they would in the absence of my help. This admittedly awkward mission statement has guided and directed the development, production, and marketing of all my seminars, workshops, books, audios, and online learning programs throughout my career. I measure the quality and effectiveness of each learning tool or experience I produce by the number of people who use it to improve their life or work. You can have a personal mission statement for yourself, your family, your community, and you can have a business or career mission for your profession. Stephen Covey wrote about the importance of having a family mission statement, a mission discussed and agreed upon by the family members as the basis of their lives together. Your career mission statement. Your business or career mission statement could be, I provide excellent services to my customers that enrich and improve their lives and work. My method of achieving this goal is by understanding my customers' needs and practicing continuous and never-ending improvement. My measure is that my customers and my personal income increase by 20% or more each year. What is your mission? What is your mission for each area of your life? The greater clarity you have about your mission, the reason why you are on this earth, the easier it will be for you to hit your bullseye in life and to measure your success. Ask the right questions. To determine your mission for the months and years ahead, answer the following questions. 1. Imagine you had all the money you could ever spend, but as a condition of having all this money, you would have to be active and fully engaged in some occupation. What would you choose to do? 2. What do you really love to do? What would you choose to do as work or with your life if you were financially independent today? 3. What do you really believe in? What are your deepest values and convictions? What is so important to you that you want others to share your personal passion and knowledge and commitment? 4. Who do you really care about? What specific people do you want to help in some way, more than anyone else? What kind of a difference do you want to make in your world, if you could make any difference at all? 5. What do you want to be famous for? How do you want to be known? What kind of reputation do you want to develop? What do you want people to say about you when you're not there? How do you want to be remembered? What would you want people to say in your obituary or at your funeral? And 6. Dale Carnegie once wrote, the desire for a feeling of importance is one of the chief distinguishing differences between mankind and the animals. What gives you your greatest feeling of importance and personal value? The most important work you do in life is thinking. There is perhaps no area where thinking is more important to your long-term happiness and success than in determining your mission in each of the important areas of your life. Write out your mission statement. Take some time to write out your mission statement. This is your real bullseye in life. It's what you want to accomplish more than anything else. It is the difference you want to make in the lives of other people. Here's a simple model of a mission statement you can use. My mission is, and then you define it in terms of the difference you want to make in the lives of others. My method to achieve my mission is, write down the activities you'll engage in. The way I will measure my success in the accomplishment of my mission is, what one number or result could you focus on that would be the best single measure of your success in accomplishing your mission? Service to others. You are designed in a special way by the Creator to only feel good about yourself when you are serving other people in some way. Your level of self-esteem and personal value, how much you like yourself, is largely determined by making a greater contribution to the lives of others than whatever it is you are taking out. This is why it says in the Bible, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Your rewards will always be determined by your service. If you want to increase the quality and quantity of your rewards, you must increase the quality and quantity of the service you render to other people. Perhaps one of the greatest questions to ask in business and in life is, what can I do to increase the value of my service to others today? Chapter 4. The Power of Concentration. You can only hit your personal bullseye when you have clarity, when you focus on your most important goals, and when you concentrate on one thing at a time. The disciplines of focus and concentration are learnable and must be learned through practice over and over until they are locked in as lifelong habits. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said, "Everything is hard before it is easy." My friend Ed Foreman said, "Good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. Bad habits are easy to form, but hard to live with." It's difficult to form the habits of focus and concentration, but once you have formed them, they become automatic and easy. In fact, they become easier to practice than the old bad habits of diversion and distraction. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Fully 95% of what we do each day is habitual, automatic, and often unthinking. The key is for you to form good habits and make them your masters. Fortunately, any habit can be learned with practice and repetition every day until it becomes as natural as breathing. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. The attraction of distraction. There's a major problem in the world of work today that is threatening the careers and the success of millions of people. It is the tendency to be continually distracted by electronic interruptions. The invention of the cell phone started this mild form of attention deficit disorder. But the invention of smartphones, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and the millions of apps available to everyone everywhere, at low cost or free, are destroying the ability of people to concentrate on and complete their most important tasks. Addicted to distraction. According to neuroscientists, each time you react or respond to a ring-ding noise or signal from an electronic device, you perk up with excitement and anticipation. Your brain releases a small shot of dopamine, which is the same chemical contained in cocaine and other stimulants. As with any drug, once you experience your first shot of dopamine in the morning by checking your email or surfing your social media sites, you quickly become addicted for the entire day. Your thinking patterns and brain actually begin to change. You slip into the habit of continually checking for messages, and if there aren't any, you send them to different people to stimulate a response and to trigger even more shots of dopamine. Results are everything. The most important word for success in business and in personal life is results. To get the results required of you, you must start and finish work that is specific, measurable, and time-bounded. You must complete your tasks. Task completion is indispensable to your success, and everything that interferes with your ability to start and complete your tasks undermines your potential for success. The sad news is that millions of people today cannot work for even a few minutes without responding to intellectual interruptions of some kind. The basic habits of time management, of focus and concentration require discipline, practice, and repetition at the beginning, but afterwards they enable you to accomplish vastly more than most of the people around you. The personal management process. You can dramatically increase your productivity, performance, output, and income when you get your life and work organized. Here's how. Step 1. Become absolutely clear about your goals in each area of your life. Think on paper. Organize your goals in terms of priority, and be clear about the most important goal in each area at each moment of your life. Step 2. Draw up an overall plan, a checklist to follow in the completion of any task or project. Every minute spent in planning saves 10 minutes in execution. Practice the 6P formula. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Create a checklist with each task or activity necessary to complete your goal, organized by sequence. Never start work until you have taken a few minutes to prepare this checklist. This gives you a track to run on, a guide to follow. Step 3. Make lists. List everything you have to do to complete every project in the future. Each month, list the tasks you have to complete that month. Make a list every week, the weekend before. Most important, make a list every day before you begin work. The best time to make your list is the night before, at the end of the working day. But whatever happens, your very first task at the beginning of each day is to write out a list of everything you have to do that day. When something new comes up, write it down on the list before you do it, even if it's just to return a telephone call or an email. A list gives you a sense of control over your day. As you go through your list, ticking off each item, you generate a feeling of forward momentum that both stimulates and motivates you in a positive way. Step 4. Set priorities on your list before you start work. Use the 80-20 rule. This rule says that 20% of the items on your list will account for 80% of your results from the items on that list. Sometimes it's the 90-10 rule. Sometimes one item on your list is worth more than all the other items put together. The contest is always between those activities that are fun and easy and those activities that are hard and necessary. The question is always, which is going to win? The natural tendency for most people is to procrastinate and delay on exactly those tasks and activities that can have the greatest possible consequences for your success and happiness in the future. Use the ABCDE method to organize your list before you begin. A is something you must do. This is an essential task you absolutely must complete to be successful and to stay on top of your work. Non-completion has serious consequences. B is something you should do. This is a task that needs to be done sooner or later, but it's not as important as your A tasks. There are only mild consequences for non-completion. The rule is that you should never do a B task when you have an A task left undone. C are things that are nice to do. This is something pleasant and enjoyable, like chatting with a friend, checking email, or playing the social media. They may be nice to do, but these activities have absolutely no consequences at all for your life. Rule: social networking is social not working. D. Delegate. This is a task or activity that you can delegate to someone else to free up your time for those tasks that only you can do. The rule is to delegate everything possible so that you have more time to work on the tasks most important to your career. E stands for eliminate. The rule is that you will never get caught up. You cannot continually seek ways to work more efficiently so that you can do more things. The only way you can get control of your time and your life is to stop doing things. In this sense, perhaps the very best rule is just say no. From now on, just say no to any task or activity that is not the highest and best use of your time. Practice creative procrastination. This means that you deliberately procrastinate on those activities of low value so that you have more time available to complete the task most important to your career. How to set priorities. There are 3 questions you can ask when setting priorities for your work. 1. If I could only do one thing all day long, what would be the most valuable task that I could do in my work? 2. What can I and only I do that if done well can make a real difference? This is something that only you can do. If you don't do it, no one else will do it for you. But if you do it and do it well, it can make a positive difference in your career. And 3, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? Asking and answering these questions is the key to excellent time management. Your ability to choose one task, the most important thing you could possibly do at this moment, and then take action on this task, is the key to high performance, success, and achievement in life. Practice single-handling. Once you've set your priorities using the above methods, select your number one task and begin on that first thing in the morning before anything else on your list. Single-handling, your ability to concentrate on your most important task and to stay at it until it's 100% complete, is perhaps the most powerful time management technique of all. It requires character, discipline, willpower, and tremendous determination. It is the quality or characteristic of all high-achieving men and women. Keep on working. All great achievements in life are preceded by a long period of focus and concentration, sometimes for weeks, months, and even years, before success is achieved. Every big achievement was preceded by hundreds, even thousands of small efforts and activities that no one ever sees or appreciates. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote, "The heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night." In its simplest terms, success is the result of task completion. In life, you get no points or rewards for partial task completion, even if you complete a task 95%. Your reputation for time management, for starting and completing major tasks, soon makes you the go-to person. Perhaps the most important ability for success in work is dependability. The people around you absolutely know that if they give you a task or responsibility, you will complete it on schedule, on budget, and to a high level of quality. This is the ultimate end and benefit of clarity, focus, and concentration. It's the key to hitting your bullseyes in life. Chapter 5. The Power of Excellence. You will only be really successful and happy when you become excellent at something. What should it be for you? When I began studying personal success, I stumbled into the world of self-esteem psychology. The basic principle is that your self-esteem, defined as how much you like yourself, largely determines everything that happens to you in life. Liking yourself. The more you like yourself, the bigger goals you will set and the longer you will persist. The more you like yourself, the healthier and happier you will be, physically, mentally, and emotionally. The more you like yourself, the more you like other people, and the more they like you in return. The more you like yourself, the more energy you will have, and the stronger your immune system will be. The more you like yourself, the more you will find that every part of your life will be better. The flip side of the coin of self-esteem is called self-efficacy. Self-efficacy, a key part of your self-image and self-esteem, is defined as how competent you feel you are at what you do. How good you are. It seems that self-esteem and self-efficacy reinforce each other. The more you like yourself, the better you do your work or anything else you attempt. The better you do your work, the more you like and respect yourself. Each one feeds the other. Each of them is self-reinforcing. The better you get, the better you do, and the better you feel. Everyone has the ability to be excellent at something, and often many things. Your job is to find out what your area of excellence is or should be, and then throw your whole heart into becoming very, very good in that one area. The top 20%. When I was 24 and struggling with holes in my shoes and no money in my pockets, I got into a straight commission sales job, cold calling door to door. If I didn't make a sale, I didn't eat. I struggled for many months. Then one day a top salesman tossed off a statistic to me that changed my life forever. He said, "Did you know that the top 20% of salespeople earn 80% of the money in every industry?" I had never heard that before. I immediately decided that if the top 20% earned most of the money, I wanted to be in the top 20%. This decision changed my life. You can do it. Then came the disillusion and discouragement. I had not graduated from high school and had worked at laboring jobs for several years. I had never been good at anything. I never got good grades. I was never chosen to play on any teams in junior high or high school, and I was not even very good as a door-to-door salesman. Yet there I was, with the grand notion of being in the top 20% of my field. I had never been in the top 20% of anything. Everyone starts at the bottom. Then I learned something that changed my life and removed my feelings of discouragement and low self-esteem. I learned that everyone in the top 20% today started in the bottom 80%. Everyone doing well once did poorly. Everyone at the front of the buffet line of life started at the back of the line. Everyone at the top of career fields today was, at one time, not even in that field at all and may not have even known that it existed. As T. Harv Eker says, every master was once a disaster. What the numbers mean. A major insurance company studied the income of 5,000 of its agents to see if this 80-20 rule applied. What they discovered was that it was true. The top 20% of their agents were earning 80% of the commissions they paid out each year. But when they calculated what this difference meant, they were truly surprised. They found that the average income of the people in the top 20% was 16 times the average income of the people in the bottom 80%. You can do this calculation for yourself. The 1% versus the 99%. There's been a good deal of controversy over the 1% versus the 99%. Some people say the top 1% of earners in our society earn more than the other 99%. However, when you study the numbers, you find that it's actually the 3% versus the 97%. It's the 3% of people with clear written goals and plans that they work on every day who eventually end up earning more than the other 97% put together. Even better, it's the 20% versus the 80%. In every field, the top 20% end up earning 80% of the money and controlling 80% of the wealth. The real question. The real question should not be wealth distribution. The real question should be, since almost everyone starts at the bottom with limited education, skills, or money, how is it that certain people rise to the top and earn 10 or 20 times the amount of the same people they started with the same levels of intelligence, education, contacts, and opportunities? In fact, according to a study by the Associated Press, the average income of Fortune 500 CEOs is 257 times the average income of the people who work in those corporations. How did these top executives, who started off their careers in their early 20s, reach the point where they're earning 257 times the amount of money as some of the people they started out with at the same starting line? The simple answer. The answer is simple. The high earners have invested many years of hard work in becoming absolutely excellent at the most important things they do, and at achieving the most important results required by their corporations. What this means is that income inequality is largely self-determined. You largely determine the amount you earn from your work over the course of your career. The amount you earn is determined by the things you do, continually upgrading your skills, becoming better at those tasks that enable you to get the results people are willing to pay you for. Income gap versus skills gap. The late Gary S. Becker, the 1992 Nobel Prize-winning economist at the University of Chicago, asserted that there's more of a skills gap in America than an income gap. Those people with the skills that are most in demand are always employed and well paid, while those who lack the necessary skills earn far less and are often unemployed. Today, young people graduating from college with STEM qualifications, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, are being snapped up by large corporations and are sometimes offered more than $100,000 for their first year. Students graduating with liberal arts degrees lag behind with starting salaries less than half that amount. The key to high income. Dr. Anders Ericsson of Florida State University is the world's leading authority on elite performance. His 25 years of research into the career paths of highly paid executives shows that they all engaged in a process he calls deliberate practice. What this means is that high earners are focused on developing one skill at a time, clearly and deliberately, throughout their careers. The net result of developing and mastering one skill at a time, and then combining these key skills with their repertoire of other key skills, was that they became more and more valuable, eventually earning 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, even 257 times more than the same people they started off with at the beginning of their careers. Failure to improve. According to Ericsson, people in the bottom 80% will work during their first year of employment to learn their particular job or craft. After that, they slow down, level off, and never get any better. They don't read any books, listen to any audio programs, or take any additional courses. They simply flatten out. After 10 years of work, they are no more productive than they were after 1 year. Their salaries reflect this lack of increased productivity. Their incomes go up, as long as they are employed, at an average of about 1% per year over inflation. The high earners. But the people in the top 20%, those who continue to learn, grow, and improve in their jobs, enjoy income increases that can average 11% per year. If your income goes up 11% per year, it doubles every 6.5 years. At that rate, a person starting work at $50,000 a year will be earning more than $400,000 in 20 years. As Einstein said, the most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. Increase your income. So how do you get onto this gravy train of higher and higher income throughout your working lifetime? The answer is so simple and borne out by more than 25 years of research that it's actually embarrassing. It is this. You take one step at a time. You improve, one skill at a time. You become excellent throughout your career by mastering the one skill that can be the most helpful to you at that moment. Here's the key question that largely determines your success or failure and your income in your career. What one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion consistently, would have the greatest positive impact on my career? Use your magic wand. Imagine again that you could wave a magic wand and overnight become absolutely excellent at any one skill in your field. What one skill, if you were excellent at it, could help you the most to double your income? What one skill could enable you to get better results than anything else you could learn to do? What one skill would accelerate your career faster than any other skill? To answer this question, you require our three old friends: clarity, focus, and concentration. You must be clear about the one skill that can help you the most. You must focus single-mindedly on the development of that skill. You must concentrate an average of 2 hours a day, 5 days per week, or even more, on the development of that skill to a higher level. If you do this, your future is virtually guaranteed. Analyze your situation. Think about your major definite purpose, your single most important goal in life, and ask this question: what one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion consistently, would help me the most to achieve my most important goal? As motivational speaker Les Brown says, to achieve something you have never achieved before, you must become someone you have never been before. We can paraphrase that by saying, to achieve a goal that you've never achieved before, you must develop a skill you've never had before. Developing a skill. How do you climb a ladder? One step at a time. Imagine that when climbing a ladder, your left hand and left foot are knowledge, and your right hand and right foot are skill. To climb a ladder of success in your career, you need both hands and both feet. You need to develop knowledge with one side and skill with the other. Each rung on the ladder of skill development increases your earning ability, your value to your organization, and the amount of money that they will pay you to get results. If you keep developing new skills one at a time, you keep becoming more valuable, and your company or some other company will willingly pay you to get the results that you can achieve for them. Keep learning and growing. Once you've mastered the key skill you have identified, then what do? Simple. You ask the question again. Now, what one skill will help me the most to move ahead faster in my career? Once you have decided upon the most important skill you can develop, turn it into a goal with a plan. Write it down clearly in a personal, positive, present tense method with a deadline. For example, you could write, I am absolutely excellent at this skill by this date. Make a plan for excellence. You can then make a list of everything you could do to learn and practice to develop this skill. Organize this list into a plan by sequence and priority. Take action on your plan immediately by doing something every day to develop this skill. Wonderfully enough, as you focus on the development of the one skill that can help you the most at this time, you start to improve in your other skills. When you decide to become a lifelong learner, you automatically find yourself learning and improving in other areas, almost as if by osmosis. Continuous improvement. The key to lifelong learning is for you to practice CANI, which stands for Continuous and Never-Ending Improvement. Never stop getting better. Constantly seek out new ways to improve your efficiency and effectiveness. Feed your mind with new ideas, methods, and techniques. Learn new skills as if your career depended upon it, because it does. All skills are learnable. There are two final points in your development of excellence. First, all skills are learnable. You can learn any skill you need to learn to advance your career. There are no limits. Second, you could be only one skill away from doubling your productivity, performance, output, results, and income. Sometimes just one skill added to your existing toolbox of skills can enable you to achieve extraordinary results far beyond your imagination today. What could it be? Chapter 6. The Power of People. Your success will largely be determined by the people you know and the people who know you